What's up, y'all? State Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, and I'm here with a hood street story time, and I'm going to tell you guys about my first robbery and how I almost murdered the victim by mistake, okay, in the middle of a summer night in front of multiple witnesses, okay? This is a story about how life is a game of chance, and one decision can alter your life, one good one or one bad one, okay? This story is for my subscribers who would like to know more about me as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm more than somebody who makes videos about jail and someone who makes videos about power and things of that nature, right? So, I'm 32. I'm gonna take y'all back to the year 2004 or 5. I was 13, 14 years old, okay? And I was just beginning to go into the streets on a consistent basis. Up until then, I was a shelter kid. My father died, by the way, when I was 2, 3 years old. I had my mom, and then also I had my stepfather. My mom and my stepfather were heavy drunks, okay? So, being that I was so angry in the house, I started going outside and hanging out with my friends. And when there's no after-school programs and all the older guys, or almost all the older guys around, are selling drugs and doing negative things, you then become influenced to do negative things, okay? So this is summer. I'm 13, 14 years old. I get approached by, me and my friends. It's me and 3 of my friends, okay? We get approached by an older guy in the neighborhood, 2, 3 years older than us, whose name I'm not gonna say. He approached us with the idea to rob his friend's friend, right? Because he wanted to rob him, but he didn't want to offend his friend. So he came to us because we were a couple of 3, 4 young, gullible little niggas who were thirsty to get out into the street and get into some stuff. They noticed that at our age, we had already begun to cause trouble with random people in the street. Mind you, we from 161st Street in the Bronx, so 161st Street in the Bronx, this is the Cortland area. This is also by the movie theater and food court on 161st Street by the courthouse. So there's always a lot of people either in and out the courthouse, in and out the food court eating, people coming out the movies. So we used to harass people, and we had just started robbing people. We used to play the knockout game. One person would point at somebody and the other person would run up on them trying to knock them out. The older guys in the neighborhood were starting to take to us. They were enthused by our willingness to put in work, so to speak. So this older guy from around the corner, he says, hey, look, I got a jukes for y'all. Now, if you've been under a rock or you're just not from New York, catching a jukes is catching a robbery. We just switched the word robbery for jukes, right? So anyways, he says, I got a jukes for y'all. This guy is going to be walking with such and such to drop off some weed. That was the story he gave us, right? And the guy, which was his friend, he said his friend from school is going to pull up. He's going to have a pound of weed, PSP. PSPs were brand new at the time, right? And he said he's going to have about $1,000 in his bag. He said, hey, yo, I want the weed. You guys can have everything else, okay? Right? So he says they're going to be walking to this bus stop. When they get close to the bus stop, I'm going to tell y'all, because mind you, we all live in close proximity to each other, right? And the bus stop, we all knew where the bus stop was. He says, y'all be at the bus stop, and once y'all see him walking towards the bus stop, y'all put in that work. It's all going to be in this book bag. Y'all take the book bag, okay? So it's me, it's 3 of my friends. This bus stop is on 161st Street, right in front of a park. Mind you, it's summertime, so there's a lot of people in the park. It might as well have been broad daylight, all the witnesses that were out there. But we're young, we're green, we're wet behind the ears. We don't know the correlation between doing crimes and making sure there's no witnesses around, right? This was a year before all of us even started getting arrested, right? So none of us really got arrested yet at this point, but we were hyped to put in work. And what really got me hyped to put in work was I was a huge G-Unit fan. 50 Cent G-Unit had me willing to do anything. I honestly thought that I wanted to catch a body. I definitely wanted to shoot somebody at that age, right? And how he gassed us to do this robbery was, He gave us a revolver. And he said, yo, man, I know y'all want to put in work. I be hearing y'all rapping that G Unit. You think y'all 50? Y'all gonna have to put in work if y'all want to be like G Unit. Especially you, Juju. I don't even know if you like that. Trying to gas me, right? I'm like that. Give me the gun. Give me the gun, right? But we end up settling on my other man's getting the gun, right? Even though I wanted it, it was like, nah, not you, right? Boom. So fast forward, we at the bus stop. We see the older homie's friend walking with this guy who we never seen before, and he got a book bag. So as soon as we see him, we walk towards him, and we say the line, the famous robber line that we had. What's in your pockets? Run that. What's in your bag? We need all that. So while we trying to grab the bag, right? Two of us trying to grab the bag, right? That was my friend who had the gun and my other friend. They trying to grab the bag. Immediately, the older homie's friend, who knew us, by the way, because come to find out, he definitely did not know that we were going to attempt to rob his friend. He definitely was not lying to his friend. He was a loyal friend. So when he seen us, he took it as disrespect. Like, yo, y'all little niggas know who I am, and y'all trying to rob my mans in front of me like I'm soft. So immediately he starts fighting with us, right? So I'm the first person he hit. He cracks me, hits me in my jaw real hard, right? Like very, very hard, right? Because I remember my jaw hurting for about 2-3 days after that. I heard like a crack when he hit me and all that, right? Boom, I stumble a little bit. He goes to try to help his friend, pull his friend off him, right? He lets go of his friend who's tussling and he's trying to fight my two other friends. He comes, he cracks my other friend. Cracks him, drops him, right? Lays him out on the floor. This friend was the friend who had the gun in his pocket, right? Little revolver, right? Little 38 revolver in his pocket. Boom. So one of my friends on the floor, he on his way getting up. My other boy's like, yo, give me the gun. But he was closest to me. So I reach, he gives me the gun. So now this is my first of many times robbing people with guns, putting guns in people's face, right? Because it became like a hobby. Like, there was one summer where me and my friends, we put a gun in somebody's face every day for a summer. Like, we was wilding, right? But anyways, I say, give me the gun. I take the gun, right? Mind you, mad witnesses. So we're not paying attention to another friend who we have who's not there, but his mother is orchestrating a cookout right by us, not too far. So I got the gun. I take the gun. I put the gun to dude's chin. And this is one of my first times really handling a gun. I put the gun to his chin. I'm like, yo, give me that shit. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. I pulls the trigger. It clicks. No bullet comes out. Then you hear dude's mom. She like, they got a gun. Y'all stop. Y'all stop. I know y'all. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. She making it hot, right? So one of my boys get the bag. We dips. We runs into my building. We run into a particular person's apartment, right? On the second floor, right? So we get in the house. We open the bag. It's a PSP in there. There's the weed to do on it. No money. No money, right? Mind you. Then he's like, yo, give me my gun, man. Y'all little niggas is hot. I like how y'all little niggas work, but man, y'all little niggas is hot. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Looks at the gun. He opens the gun. He like, I knew not to leave no bullets in for y'all stupid little niggas, right? It's no bullets in the gun. So this same guy, right, who influenced me to do something bad, managed to save my life at the same time because it was one of my first times handling the gun. I pulled the trigger on impulse and I would have blew his brains all over the streets of New York, right? So the guy, he like, good looking out, y'all. Takes the weed, it's a pound of weed. All we have is the PSP now. We were still in PSPs, right? We were robbing, we were strong arming kids to PSPs, right? That whole summer anyway. You take a PSP, you bring it to any of the drug dealers in the hood, they'll buy it for like $150, $175. So now we got a $150, $175 product to split amongst 4 kids, right? Definitely not enough money. And he says, oh, damn, it was supposed to be money in there. But it seemed like he was lying. He like, yo, man, I'll give y'all some crack if y'all want it. I'll give y'all some crack. I didn't want no crack. I wasn't a drug dealer, right? Scared to sell drugs at that time, right? Robbing was my thing. One of my mans takes the crack. It was probably like $50 worth of crack. He takes that. He sells that, gets that off. We split the PSP money, you know what I'm saying? What? About 45, 50 each, right? Right? And come to find out that dude saved our lives, all of us, by taking the bullets out the gun because he didn't trust us. And that was a good call, man. That was a good call, you know what I'm saying? And had it been bullets in that gun, my life would have been totally altered. I was 14, 15 at the time. I probably would have at least got locked up and at least did time till 21, 25 years old, been completely institutionalized. And I don't think I would have been articulate enough to do what I do today and make the kind of videos that I make today. So I want to say fuck him for what he did, but at the same time, thank him for what he did, you know? And this is just a story about how things could definitely go left in the hood. Like, I almost caught a body with my first armed robbery for $45, $50. And all I got out of it was a PSP. It was a PSP, man. That's my story, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.